It's
This is your
wait,
last chance to
quick,
drop out.
Yeah.
quick feedback, making sure it's coming from the mic. Is this louder? Is this
Yes.
louder?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Much.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Let's see. I'm feeling good. Did we start the stream? Did we do that?
Feeling tired.
Hello, everybody.
Wow.
I didn't have a voice all week. I was like real sick, so I'm excited. I'm excited that I can even,
I'm
squawk
excited
out
to
a
talk
few,
for
a
2
few notes.
hours straight. Yeah.
Welcome
I've been
back to the
conserving
arena.
it. I sound like a little gremlin. It was awful. But now I just sound like this again, which is,
Everybody,
fine.
Your
Regular.
your normal voice.
everybody, make
Maybe.
Ben do.
I
make
actually
Ben do the
sound-
voice.
What? No.
What's up?
I said, make Ben do the voice that you did for the D&D that you quit after one session.
Oh, well, how you doing, man? That's all good, man. I don't know what's going on with this man. Hey, we just trying to find treasure, man.
I see. I
What is-
understand.
what is the character?
I
What is
act-
the character?
I actually, so the character was like an underwater campaign. It was like this little frog guy. It was actually the platonic ideal of the character. Actually, coincidentally and appropriately, was Daffy Duck. Basically, he's just like bouncing
Wow.
around the
Full
walls, the
circle.
periphery, chaotic, neutral, just like just like going around, just bumbling and hopping around the battlefield doing archery. But I dropped out of it because it was it was Saturday night, which even in the pandemic is prime time. So gotta.
True.
Yeah.
So
Probably, dude,
it was
none
an
of us are doing-
underwater frog that shoots arrows. Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Harpoon is just an underwater arrow. I take it.
Are we
I
going to get into the mechanics of D&D, Keisha? Because we could go there if you want.
I just want to know how it would work.
I mean, y'all. Of course.
Naturally.
Mhm.
Not a shrimp. What are you
Porn
He's
shop,
had a
please.
hard
Thank
life.
you there.
What?
Who raised
The
this
porn-
kid?
Hey, Jackson, can you send me a link to wherever we're doing it live so I can put it on the just put it out? Great, thanks. Sweet. Holy shit, dude! Is that a Starfucker album cover on your back wall?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite albums, dude. That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
Obviously.
strange.
Essential.
I'm not.
Seeing it.
I don't have the energy to fight you on that.
Good poster.
It's evocative. Very good.
That sounds.
Yeah,
A
They're
drummer who
crazy.
maybe loses his mind every time they perform.
That sounds fucking awesome. That
That's
sounds
really
fucking
good.
sweet.
It is. It's
I
awesome.
I saw I saw a Starfucker at some place. I'm just gonna call it the Bowery Electric in New York. It was like their 10th anniversary show. They did their first album like front to back, and then did another set afterwards. One of the best shows that I've been to.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, love Starfucker. I was like, God damn it! I wish I should have gotten this shirt because the album artwork of that is so cool, and it reminds me of my grandmother who has hair just like that to this day. So
To this
I thought
day.
you were gonna say it's because her
To
name
this
is
day.
Starfucker. That's her maiden name.
yeah,
Grandma.
Kaylin Starfucker Schreffler. That's her
Is
maiden
that the
name.
one you're about to
really
go see?
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Jackson,
No,
have you checked the chat for the Twitch? Because apparently we're
yeah.
having technical difficulties.
Oh, shit.
You always do this.
Typical.
What's happening?
How you doing, Max? How you doing?
I have no idea.
I ain't,
No,
ta-
good.
I ain't talked to you in like 4 hours.
Yeah, good, chilling. How was your
Sweet.
flight?
It was all right. It was cold as shit, but that's fine. I watched Space Jam on it, which I have opinions about.
Oh God, I cried.
I liked it a lot. Like, unironically, I thought it was actually really good.
This is what's making me think that he might not have been the one who watched the
I think
movie.
that's pretty
It's a red flag.
Did y'all not like it? Did y'all not like it?
No.
You know what? It was what it was.
It was the Space Jam
what
movie.
it was.
Uh,
I'm sure if it was that.
No, guys, you should have started by watching Space Jam 1. It would have changed the way you framed the movie.
How do you figure?
There are some parts about Space Jam. I feel like this one, it feels a little more cohesive. The animation's pretty good.
Right.
Animation was amazing.
Animation does work. It does work.
And I like that, it's more for, in this case, LeBron James to do. I feel like not as much for Michael Jordan to do on that little green screen.
All right. Before we get in here, Kezia, I know that you are sort of the de facto host of this episode, but we should say first.
De facto host.
We should say first, hey, what's up? My name's Jackson McMurray.
My name is Adeline McMurray.
My name is
Mallman. I'm a power forward.
My name is Kezia Rhodes, and we are joined today by the hosts of the First Play podcast, Max and Ben. I almost said Backs and Men.
Backs and Men.
I love
Maybe
two
that's
things.
men.
It's backs and men.
Where the men backs at? I want a backside of some good bed. Yeah, I'm Ben.
Max. And what do we do here on First Play?
Our podcast is about songs with 0 listens on Spotify. We rate them, critique them, have fun at their expense. It's a fun affair. You can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and on Twitter at First Play Pod. So if you
Not
like
about sports.
It's not about sports.
Not at all.
That's
Stop
true.
asking us this. We've been over this.
But you
My
are
God.
It's not about
also
sports.
also only the people in our immediate internet friend group who are at all interested in sports. So that's why
That is
literally
true.
anything
you
about
were.
sports.
That's why you were doomed to this horrible fate of watching. Space Jam.
Ben more so than me.
I was gonna say, you guys came on for Like Mike,
Yeah.
and you chose that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Yeah.
you just
What
are
did we
like
choose?
only watching basketball movies.
what did we choose originally? Was it Norbit?
Yeah, you guys wanted to
Yes,
do.
that's what it was. We wanted to do
You
Norbit.
wanted to do
Yeah.
Norbit.
And,
Yeah.
But we
and
didn't.
what do y'all vetoed that shit?
We didn't know you as well at the time. We hadn't met you, so we were like,
Yeah.
maybe having doing a podcast about Norbit with strangers might not be the best look. Might be a weird environment.
Well, for our third time on the podcast, we'll do Norbit.
We'll get
It'll
you
be
back
great.
for
Y'all
Norbit.
seen
There we
Norbit?
go.
Am I the only one who's seen Norbit here?
Maybe.
You'll be the de facto host.
Yeah.
Yeah, de facto host.
Honestly, I think that Norbit and Space Jam 2 are very similar, and I don't understand why they get so much hate. I don't understand why they get so much hate.
Get your
They
hot take
are-
meter up.
They're so it's like that's the thing. You're not going into Norbit or Space Jam 2 expecting the Godfather Part 2 It's fucking
Right.
Space Jam.
Right, you're going into it like you're going into Watch Godfather Part 3.
Exactly.
Which means you're
exactly. This guy
not. You're not
gets it.
seeing the movie at all. You're not even like sitting down in a theater or
Right.
anything.
Eddie,
I didn't
Eddie
see it.
Murphy plays a Chinese man.
It's
And it's
Oh, in Norbit. In
start.
Norbit.
in Space Jam
Yeah.
2. It's post-credit scene.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
You didn't sit through the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you
cameo in the background.
if you can get past that, Norbit will be a very fun viewing
right,
experience.
all right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hijack it. We're talking about
Okay.
Space
I
Jam.
feel I'm excited to watch Norbit now. I love when other people play Chinese people.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's my fave.
Keisha, do you want to Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
do you want to
I
explain the
do.
premise of this episode?
Yeah, so I just wanted to create some form of controlled chaos for our podcast time. So, what we're doing is, I think we're calling it Space Jam Roulette.
Sure.
Among Us, but a movie.
Among
One
Us?
of us is a liar. Space Jam Bus. I don't know. We're workshopping the name, but what we have today is I will be the host because I had to assign roles. But one of the 4 of our other friends, countrymen, compatriots, they have not seen Space Jam 2. They are pretending that they saw Space Jam 2. And what's going to happen is we're going to just have a conversation, but then a few times throughout the evening, we're going to stop and you guys are going to vote on who you think is the liar, faker, the deceiver, if you will.
The
goon
imposter,
amongst
if it
the
must be.
tunes.
The-
The imposter, if it must be.
I like the
It
goon
must.
among the tunes. 3 of
The
us are
goon among
tunes
the
and one of us is a goon.
That's really good, actually.
There it is. So we're gonna vote, and you guys are gonna, if you're unanimous in your vote, sans the one person who is being voted upon, then I'll let you know if you're right or you're wrong, and if you win, I'll Venmo you $1.
Oh, sick.
about
Oh, fuck. I didn't even
there
know
are
that.
stakes.
That just came out of my mouth. I didn't even think about it.
Gotta go find $1 now.
So if you're a good liar or if you're a bad truther, really depends. I'm terrible at looking like I'm telling the truth when I am. I always lose.
Why do you think I
games
have
like
these? Why do you think I have these sunglasses
Your
on?
poker
Yeah,
face.
Jackson's wearing a visor.
Yeah.
He's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah,
That's true. These
guys
are
are
all
too
poker
prepared.
moves.
I love Space
Do
Jam.
you watch professional
Yeah.
poker? They're like, you gotta block your face, or you have your certain tells. It's
Jackson,
your
does your
eyebrow.
hat say?
Start crying.
Does your hat say beef nutrition?
No, it says reef nutrition. I wish it said beef
Close.
nutrition.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
Although it is only a
I-
slight alteration away.
Just get a marker up in there.
I bought it
Beef
at an estate
nutrition,
sale
baby.
because I thought it seemed esoteric. I don't know. So
You liked it in an ironic way.
somebody died and I thought it was funny and I bought their hat. So that's that.
You got a good few goofs out of it.
Yeah. So okay.
All right.
How did we all watch it? Are we all home watchers except for me? Because I did go to a theater and see it.
I watched
it
it
at home.
while
Yeah.
I made lunch.
Can you guys still see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see it now. I think you were frozen for a sec,
What? That's crazy. All right. That's fine.
but
He's just been ignoring you, just straight up.
So my Discord shut down and it did this whole thing and it's still not up. I still can't see any of you.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Now he's frozen.
a little
Oh
frozen.
no. Oh
Whoops.
no.
I think.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good.
This is a trippy experience, I'm not gonna lie.
So
Feel
everybody's
isolated?
everybody's a homebrew. Everybody's a homeboy today,
Yeah.
except for me.
Or a plain boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
I
home
did,
is the air.
I saw the first 40 minutes of it on my computer in the Newark airport terminal. I saw the last 40 minutes on my phone in an airplane. And it didn't
have
really
it?
impact it. I downloaded it. Yeah, I had to download it.
And-
But it worked out
Okay.
nicely.
Sounds
Shout
right.
out HBO Max. God
Which
damn
was
it.
what was the more pleasurable experience of the two, do you think?
Probably on
What'd
the
you
bigger
guess?
screen. The bigger screen.
Mm.
Not to see all the
Yeah.
pictures.
Everyone,
yeah, but-
everyone says that Space Jam 2 was made to be viewed from a phone, but I disagree. I think
Yeah.
the bigger the screen, the better.
Has there
They were
ever
actually-
been
they were-
an instance of a director being upset about their movie being distributed in theaters and was like, "This was meant for a home viewing experience"?
Yeah.
Please.
I think
Like,
they were originally going to
Quibi?
distribute Space Jam 2 on Quibi.
Quibi.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right, yeah. It's supposed to be viewed like an Instagram story, but
That
no.
sounds-
Well, it's meant to be
purists
pirated
at
on
Warner
YouTube in
Brothers.
12,000 different little parts. That's how it's meant to
Right.
be enjoyed.
That sounds like a fucking Steven Soderbergh move. Like, I made this on an iPhone. You should watch it on an iPhone.
Yeah.
His movies are interesting. Do you like his
You also
newer
the new
stuff?
one?
I haven't seen it yet. I've been
What is
Pretty good.
For some
pretty good.
reason, my last like month and a half has been dominated by me watching Twilight movies, Fast and Furious movies, and Saw movies, like almost exclusively. So like, I need to like retrain my brain.
franchises.
I need to like
Yeah.
retrain my brain to like watch a small good movie. So
You are
The thing
lost
about-
in the sauce.
yeah,
Sorry, are you saying
I think-
Breaking Dawn Part 1 is not a small good movie?
Breaking Dawn Part 1. If you bring up Breaking Dawn Part 1 with me right now, it's going to take up the entire rest of the podcast. I swear to God.
Gotta save it. Gotta save it.
Maybe we'll do it. Maybe this will be one of our commentary things if we ever start that Patreon.
start doing that.
Riff tracks.
Hi, Max.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
Yeah,
they're
still
the
really
new the connection between the new Soderbergh movie and Space Jam 2 is a very strong
Oh.
performance in both by one Donathan
Don
Cheadle.
Cheadle.
Oh,
Don
Well,
Cheadle.
I know he's a good actor. I've seen him do a good job acting before.
before in his
What,
life.
Right.
what happened?
But here's the
what's
thing.
going on here?
Here's the thing. LeBron James in this movie makes Don Cheadle in this movie look like Don Cheadle in any other movie. Like, Don Cheadle
I see what you're saying.
is like, you know, realistically, Don Cheadle's like a here, but LeBron James is like a here, so Don Cheadle feels like he's up here. You know?
Do you
That's
think-
how I felt about it.
Do you think LeBron did worse than Jordan?
Yes, 100% I think LeBron did worse than Jordan. I think Jordan holds his own in Space Jam. I think he
Do
like
you think it's because LeBron's working in three-dimensional space? It's like harder.
I mean, I don't know. I
He
think
basically put Michael Jordan on a treadmill. and
Right.
He's good.
and I know they're acting alongside animated characters in both cases, but I feel like Michael Jordan is able to just like connect with these things better when he's in like an actual basketball court as opposed to LeBron James most
Right.
likely just being in green screen hell with people
the
being
green
like,
cube, yeah.
pretend you're talking to Lola Bunny. This is Lola
Pretend
Bunny.
to just dunk the basketball.
You're trying
Yeah.
not to look at her tits, but Lola Bunny is there. And there's a lot of like
That's why they
sexual
got rid
tension.
of it.
She's really invested in you in saving your child, but the movie's never gonna tell you why she's super invested in saving your child.
Right. And like
I have
Oh,
a question.
that's
My
My
not-
She has to be
favorite, hold on. My favorite part of this movie is how Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny never speak to each other in a full conversation. That's my favorite part of the film.
There's a flirty little
There's
wave.
zero chemistry between any character in Looney Tunes with the rest of the people in Looney Tunes.
Are
That's
they
my
in horny
favorite part.
jail? Are they in horny jail?
They must
I don't
be.
know.
Oh,
I think
because
they are.
They
did
all
see
have restraining
Bimbo.
orders. I think that must be what it is. Like they're like only allowed to like say like very like short things to her, or else they're just gonna get slammed with a lawsuit at this point.
gonna get-
He was in horny
gonna-
jail.
Why was
Winnie the Pooh?
Zendaya Lola Bunny?
That's
That
what's
was
so
very
weird.
strange.
Yeah, it
I
was
have
a weird
mixed
choice.
feelings about it because on the one hand, there are no celebrity voice actors in the rest of this movie besides Zendaya as Lola Bunny.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true.
But
Gotta
the
get the
thing
butts in
is
seats.
that I weirdly feel like Zendaya as Lola Bunny is kind of the best performance in this movie. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
feel
is.
like
No,
she's
it's
the only
Don
one.
Cheadle. It's Don Cheadle. That's
It's
it.
not. It is.
Don
not.
Cheadle.
It is.
Did you like
It is.
fucking
He's having.
beefed
he
up
doesn't do
CGI
poorly.
Don Cheadle?
He's just fucking going full hog. He's just going all out there, 11 out of 10, hamming it up, and it's awesome to watch. He's
I
having
think-
such a fun time.
I think it just feels that
Sauce.
way next to LeBron James. That's my input. That's just my thing.
If you told
I
me
think-
that the whole time that they were filming, Don Cheadle actually had like a gun pointed at his head off screen, I'd be like, yeah, that really comes through in the performance. I can see it.
So
He's just a little wooden.
I have an esoteric reference for you that I imagine that you guys can get. Y'all seen Home Alone?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all
Or the
know
Master
when
Before.
y'all know when he uses like a Michael Jordan cutout to like pretend like there's someone in the house,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
That is what LeBron James acting was like in this movie
Yeah.
compared to Space Jam, the Michael Jordan cutout.
You're
We just gotta
really
make him think there's
wicked.
somebody here.
Weird that Kevin McAllister was able to get away with that, considering that Michael Jordan maybe has the most iconic head of all time.
Yes.
Like, does anybody have a more iconic shape of their head than Michael Jordan?
Elephant
never
Man.
mind.
Mr. Clean,
I don't know. What's
shout
that?
out P&G, Procter and Gamble, baby. I
Sponsored.
there's so many bugs here.
West Side, baby.
It
West Side
would.
Thugs.
I love the like outdoor
Okay.
vacation podcast.
I know.
It's a
You know,
good
what- you know
vibe.
what- here's something they should have done. Instead of the sun, they should have just made it Kyrie Irving, and then LeBron constantly sunned him because the sun was terrible. I really liked this movie. The sun was terrible.
Yeah.
It was truly bad. He couldn't act his way out of a fucking Michael Jordan cutout.
Right.
I'm
Like,
acting is hard, okay? It's hard to be a child and have to act.
It's hard to be a child.
It's hard to be a
Next to
child.
LeBron James, like
The
that's just
acting
very...
giant.
Next to acclaimed actor LeBron
Right?
James.
I mean, it's just it doesn't feel fair.
How
Here's
long
my
Just to be
question.
clear. Well, just to
Go
be
ahead.
clear, those aren't his kids, right? Those
No.
are fake
No.
children that
No.
we've.
I
gotcha.
read their Wikipedia descriptions. It said a fictionalized version of
Right,
LeBron
right.
James's son, and then
Do you
his real like they all have real counterparts.
Yeah.
I think that most of this movie's fake, you guys. Oh my god.
Do you think that like hurt a little bit to be LeBron James' son and be
Right.
like, so I'm gonna go through this whole emotional movie with somebody and you can't be in it because you're not an actor, son. And I just wanted to look back and be like, Dad, you play fucking basketball.
You are
Why do
also
you get
not
to
an
be in the
actor."
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to hug some other dude and say that you love him, and I just gotta chill out at home
He was in a
away
movie.
from you.
What the one? It was the one where Bill Hader is like a doctor and the love interest.
Right,
Trainwreck.
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 Yeah,
He
yeah,
was really,
yeah.
he was really good in
Schumer.
Trainwreck.
Are you talking about
I think
LeBron
he was
James or LeBron James' son?
LeBron,
LeBron
I'm talking
James.
about
No,
his
LeBron
son,
James.
obviously.
Okay.
I think he was working with better material in Trainwreck. I will admit, the script for this movie was
Well,
so-so.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's about the material.
We'll
I
all
think it's
concede
about
that.
the fact that like most of what LeBron James has to do in this movie is like just reacting to things in a green screen hellscape, like just being like,
You're
"Oh no."
the Iron Giant's coming.
Which is like literally
away.
the hardest thing to do as an actor. Like there is not anything harder than that. And they just throw LeBron James in the deep end and he's really bad at it, which makes sense. Like that's fair. Anybody would be. But like, hey, he is. He's quite bad at it.
No, not Steve from Blue's Clues. Hello.
True.
True.
He's
He's
so
also
good at
bald.
it.
He's also bald. He
Oh.
would have been great.
Steve from Blues, is he
How?
bald now?
Name all the ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's super bald.
I don't want that kind of influence on my kids.
He's as bald as you can be.
Oh, I haven't
Here's my
seen balding.
question.
Ben's on the move.
I have a question. My question is, why now do you think they chose to do Space Jam: A New Legacy? Like, what about today's
LeBron
day
lives
and
in
age?
Los Angeles.
They watched Ready Player One and they thought, let's just do that again, one more time.
I think
One
that-
more time.
I mean, I actually
we can
did.
get the Iron
Ready
Giant
Player
in another
One.
thing. One more time. Just go around the block one more time. Let's just do it again.
LeBron lives in Los Angeles.
I like this take. I think LeBron lives in Los Angeles is a good take.
Yeah.
They were like, just waiting there once that guy's done with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Dude, if you think that's a joke, I promise you he's gonna be in so many more movies.
Right.
That's
I can't
fair.
wait till he gets his Jack Ryan spin-off where it's just like, "La."
I do-
fucking can't wait.
I did some research about like the development of this movie, and it's mostly just like, you know, the kind of movie that has been in development hell forever. But the
And it
biggest
shows,
thing
and
that
it feels
stood
like
out,
it.
yeah, the biggest thing that stood out to me was that they were trying to make a Space Jam movie like since the first one came out. They were like, sequel, let's go.
Mhm.
But then Michael Jordan was like, I don't want to do that. So they had to like scramble and figure out what their new premise was. And what they landed on, they had like they had 4 options, which were Skate Jam.
Charles Barkley.
No, it was Skate Jam with Tony Hawk.
Whoa.
That
Oh,
was sick.
damn.
It
Why
was
did they do that?
Golf Jam with Tiger Woods.
No.
Oh.
No, bad.
Or I don't remember. I think there was another one, but the last one was Spy Jam with Jackie Chan. I don't know if the premise would be that it's Jackie Chan playing a character who is a spy, or if it would
I
just
need
be
that
Jackie
movie
Chan.
yesterday.
We all
Um,
know that Jackie
Yeah,
Chan is
they-
a spy.
Jackie-
Yeah.
The Spy Next Door. Hello? Ever heard of it?
Why is Jackie Chan always spies in American family movies? Why did he
Because
get
he can
pigeonholed into
Because he
that?
can
backflip like
fight,
nobody's
yeah.
business.
America doesn't trust Chinese people.
I mean, it must be.
There it is. We got it. Fuck.
I don't know. It does seem like a weird niche. What about wait, there was American Dragon Jake Long, but then there was also an animated show with Jackie Chan.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
That was like my favorite show growing up.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
But was he
so
a spy
good.
in that?
They're always
not
like
a
kind
spy.
of, they're like hiding a secret inner life though, for sure.
No, his grandfather ran like a antique shop.
Right. He was looking for
Yeah.
little talent, like little coins.
Yeah, it was Talisman.
Yeah.
And he had like a granddaughter. I remember.
Yeah, well, the Talisman. No, his niece.
Oh.
Adeline, how old do you think he is?
No, the
Jade.
guy
It
who
was
owns the
Jade.
antique store. It was his granddaughter.
It
I
was
don't know.
Jade. This was my favorite show.
It's all coming back.
That one seems like it's lost to a lot of people. Like, you remember the animated Jackie Chan show? They're like, what? That was
What?
a
The
first
stream
play,
of
yeah.
words that I do not recognize.
Yeah.
Welcome to First Play. How you doing?
Like you just like awoke some Russian sleeper agent somewhere
Yeah.
when you said animated Jackie Chan TV show.
But okay, here's the wildest thing to me. My biggest take about this movie is that it's like that Captain Marvel thing I talk about in that video I made about Marvel movies, where like it's really clear that like the studio has an agenda, right? They're like, we want to make this movie, we want to put as much IP in it as possible, and we want to build Warner Brothers as like a brand, like in the way that Disney is. Like Disney's the only film studio that like if you ask somebody to name a Disney movie, they could do it confidently, you know? Like if you go up to the street and ask somebody like, what's a Warner Brothers movie? They would be like,
Space
Harry
Jam.
Potter, I think, because the big Harry
Yeah.
Potter logo is, or the
Yeah,
big Warner
well.
Brothers logo at the beginning of Harry Potter
Batman.
is
Because they
memorable.
make sure that you know
Yeah,
at the beginning
Batman.
of Harry Potter.
But like,
Batman.
true, also Batman. But like, I don't know, maybe we need to do like an experiment. Maybe we should call our
The
mom and ask her to name a
Animaniacs.
Warner Brothers movie.
He's at a soccer game right now, Jackson. You're gonna
okay.
interrupt that? God.
But like, but I think the thing about it is that I think, you know, whenever this happens, because this is really clearly what happens with Captain Marvel
Because
too.
it keeps happening.
Right, or like whenever like a studio wants to make a movie where they really clearly have an agenda, it feels like the actual filmmakers that they're hiring to make these things always
Right.
end up like pushing back to the best of their ability within these constraints, you know?
Yeah.
Like Captain Marvel was sort of in some ways like developed to be military propaganda, but that movie is like textually about military propaganda. Like in and of itself, a lot of that movie is about the way that like American military propaganda brainwashes people into like villainizing other cultures and stuff.
Right, true.
This
And I
movie
think-
is about the propaganda of basketball.
Well, this movie's about like companies using algorithms and computer programs to soullessly merge IP and take characters and, you know, just stretch them for all they're worth. And the characters are trying to
It's
stop
true.
that from happening, you know? The
Mhm.
movie's very much like
Ironically.
against that idea, against the idea of
Yeah.
companies just like stretching things out and using computers to make decisions, even though that's like literally what the corporation behind it wants to be doing with it. So
Yeah.
there's a weird
The
tension.
Ouroboros.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the
They-
idea of it, like, first of all, nobody in this entire movie has an arc except for LeBron James. Nobody else changes in any way or has
LeBron
to learn any
James'
lesson.
son.
Yeah, but I'm
They
gonna,
learn-
it's the same lesson, though. This isn't your dream. This isn't my dream, Dad. It's your dream.
Right.
I just want to play video game. Like, that's the lesson. It's the most
I just
basic.
wanna play-
It's the most basic one-dimensional story arc, A to B. We all know what's gonna happen. But like the plot, and I barely want to say plot that's going on with the Looney Tunes is that they all sold out basically and left Bugs alone in Looney Tunes world. And like we should be having a conversation that like we kind of lose what the original Looney Tunes was because we're busy just like trying to make a profit. That should be what we're talking about, but I would argue that this movie is literally about nothing. Because do we ever talk about that again? No, we just play basketball at the end of the movie.
right.
That's it. Nothing happens in this movie other than we get the Looney Tunes, we play basketball, LeBron James learns how to not be a shitty dad, end of movie.
He
And
learns
it's just
how
like,
to not
okay.
make everyone do his thing. Different people have different things, LeBron.
Not everybody's the same. Not everybody wants to play basketball. And the video games killed LeBron James's mom, so he hates them now. And so that's his tragic backstory. And you just gotta respect it.
What point do we have to admit that LeBron James is kind of the villain in this movie?
He is kind of the villain in this movie.
We all thought it was Don Cheadle, but it was really LeBron.
Simply
I
not
mean,
so.
LeBron like forced his kid to fucking play basketball just because he's good at it.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Not good
LeBron
parenting.
James.
Not
Yeah,
good
like that
parenting.
first
LeBron
scene.
James.
That first scene where they're playing basketball.
Backstory.
Well, yeah, the
Of-
tragic backstory
Yeah,
is hilarious.
LeBron's tragic backstory of like, I wanted to play with my Nintendo Game Boy Color, but and then
Play
I
the Looney Tunes game.
and then I didn't score a point during my fun game of basketball, and now I've learned a lesson forever that I can't
It
have
wasn't
fun and play
perfect.
basketball.
Yeah. But like
Like-
that opening scene where like his two sons are playing basketball and he just comes out and is like, "What the fuck are you kids doing?" And they're like, "We're just playing basketball." And he's like, "You're not doing it well enough. You should take this seriously." You're just like, "What the fuck? Like, lay off, dude."
Chill,
they're
LeBron.
at home, like just sitting around.
He's just like Troy Bolton's dad.
Exactly
Actually,
like
no.
Troy Bolton's dad.
Troy Bolton's dad is pretty good at being like, hey, you got to do what you want to do. Once you get past the lying part, he's actually a very supportive father.
What's the name of the
man.
dad from Power Rangers? Roy from The Office.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like he's more like him, where his son commits a crime and then he's mad at him. What happens in Power Rangers again?
Wait, what? Why is that anything like
What?
Space Jam?
I don't know.
I'm lost. I'm lost.
Did that happen in Power Rangers?
Oh yeah, dude. Have you not watched Power Rangers?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Not recently.
The movie from like 3 years ago. We
Yeah.
love that Power Rangers.
Where they
Oh.
kidnap a cow and jerk it off and then get in a car
right.
accident or something,
Yeah.
and then he can't, and then he gets arrested for jerking
That
off the
also
cow.
happens in Space Jam too.
That also happens in Space Jam.
Wait,
That's why
I'm
they
sorry.
cut out Pepe Le Pew, because he jerks off a cow, and we just couldn't have that.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's
I,
fair.
for one, I'm incredibly glad that they nixed the scene where LeBron James teaches cartoon rapist Skunk about consent, because
Yeah.
God damn it, that would have been miserable.
Rough.
That's not
Well,
what
we
this movie's
actually
about
had
at
to.
all.
We actually had to sue Warner Brothers about that because they were going to take our woke Beetlejuice, and woke Beetlejuice was going to sit down with Pepe Le Pew and be like, "Hey, listen up. We've been talking a lot about sexual consent lately, and I just don't think this new generation is going to accept you back into the mainstream." And they had to cut it out of the film, and I think it would have been great. But you know what? It's our IP, and I think we deserve some money for it.
Ben and Max, we have a reoccurring character on this podcast called Woke Beetlejuice, and it's just Beetlejuice who says woke things. That's the
I
whole joke.
gathered.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Beetlejuice,
got it.
it's gonna be, I think that's the perfect name for the character, as in you do not have to explain it at all. It's very
Yeah,
Right,
Right?
right.
It's very
it has
straightforward.
no explanation. It's very
Just
to
like-
the point.
Just like Pepe Le Pew. You can tell that he's a skunk that smells, but he's French.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
So I,
True.
I think that we've established the lowlights for this movie a decent amount. My feed has been kind of cutting in and out, so I've been only hearing like a bit of what you're saying. I think it's stable now, so hopefully it
Okay.
should be good. I'm curious what
We
your
talked
guys' your favorite part of this movie was. I think the Damian Lillard sequence was very good for me. I liked that a lot because I'm a big Damian Lillard fan, and also it was very inventive and visually pleasing, as was most of this movie. You know, it was bright, it was flashy. They played the basketball. They had Looney Tunes hijinks that were in character to what they did. LeBron James did whatever LeBron James did, but the Damian Lillard was the coup de grace of the
that
basketball scene of this movie.
Is that
That's
the
the
time
clock guy.
travel guy?
Chronos.
Okay. Got
That's
it.
the time
it.
travel
Oh.
guy, right?
See, you say Damian Lillard, that's nothing to me. If you say wet
Yeah.
fire, if you say
Right.
Arachnica, like that, I
Arachnica.
know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I say that a couple days ago, as a joke, I was like, ha ha ha, what do you think's gonna happen in Space Jam? My guess is that Bugs Bunny becomes the new Batman. And then I was right.
It does become Batman
Correct.
briefly.
You really were.
That's actually
Uh-oh.
kudos.
Uh-oh.
The thing happened. That's not supposed to happen.
There was
But
one rule.
I will say it's
Do not leave the Discord call.
it is on Twitter. It is on Twitter that I
Dates and all.
predicted Batman would be. Or
You
Bugs
did
Bunny
predict
would be
it
the new Batman.
after the movie had come out, though, so I don't know if it's
Oh,
fully.
I did? Really? I
It was
couldn't see
earlier
it.
today.
No, it was a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
She has the receipts. Show the receipts. I think that sequence is an example of how sort of like the general corporate sentiment shaped this movie of trying to shoehorn all this IP into like a vehicle to showcase it, and also how it was very true to the characters of Looney Tunes and how they do it, where Daffy Duck is trying to be the guy, Porky Pig is kind of just like I'm along for the ride, folks. And then Bugs Bunny just like nonchalantly saunters in and like, effortlessly diffuses the situation, which I think that they did nail that very well. I will say the guy who did the voices for all the Looney Tunes characters was incredible.
Oh, he was doing a great job.
If you go back and listen to the original Space Jam voices, it's clearly off because Billy West was the guy doing, most of the main characters. But this, it's seamless. I get high at night and I watch a lot of the old Looney Tune cartoons they have on HBO Max.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just because, they're there and like they're great. They're art and they're cinema and they're amazing. And he is the closest that I've heard to Mel Blanc ever. So I think that is why, one of the reasons why I actually enjoy this movie a lot. Because they feel like they got the essence of the Looney Tunes characters down to a T.
I do think they mischaracterize Bugs quite a lot. He does seem like a little bit of like a pushover that nobody likes instead of being like the leader that everybody does like, he does kind of be like, oh, where are all my friends? You guys are all walking away from me. What's going on?
It's not even that. It's like Bugs is like a little stinker until LeBron James is like, hey, fucking knock it off. And he's like, why won't you let me be a little stinker?
Why won't you let me be it too?
Yeah.
Love me, LeBron.
Yeah, and it's just like
LeBron.
He's
No
just
tunes, no hijinks on the court.
Yeah, exactly.
Said.
And Bugs Bunny was just like, got it, sir. No hijinks on the court.
Let me stand in the corner and shoot some threes. Let's run a pick and roll.
Listen, that's the lesson, and then there's
Give
an
and
arc.
go.
Yeah,
There's an
but
arc
that's
in the
arc.
last 10 minutes of the film.
Practices
But
fundamentals.
But I think that works for the narrative structure, and calling it a narrative structure in this movie is giving it perhaps too much credit. But it works in the narrative structure that there's the conflict. Oh, it's resolved by them being themselves, which they do, and then it all works itself out. They play a good basketball game, and it's fun.
It's fundamentals.
Fundamentals. They did mention fundamentals actually quite a fair amount. That was part of the thing, which I have a receipt for that.
Okay, so they said
No, that's
they
true. You
said
did say
King
that.
Kong ain't got nothing on me, but nobody said I put the fun in fundamentals. Like we just couldn't get that one. Could sneak it in
That's
there.
Bad.
Does that imply that Training Day is part of the Warner Brothers universe? Is that is Denzel's character
Yeah,
gonna just be
Training
on,
Day.
just like smoking a
I hope
cig and
so.
just like
That must be a Warner
What is
Brothers movie. Hold on.
Yeah, is it not?
I gotta rewatch that. I gotta rewatch that movie. I remember enjoying it. That was the one movie that that fucking guy, the director of The Tax Collector.
David Ayer.
That
Oh,
awful
no.
David Ayer. Yeah,
It is a Warner Brothers movie. Of course it is.
of course, fantastic.
Okay, here's
Well,
the thing.
that's why they name dropped King Kong originally, because
Well,
they
yeah.
were trying to get
Right.
little hints of that. That was a studio note in Training Day.
Here's the thing.
Mention King Kong.
Here's the thing
King
about
Kong.
the IP. Like that whole sequence when they're going into all the different worlds and they fucking put Wile E. Coyote into Mad Max Fury
That
Road
was
and
dope.
shit.
That was so funny. That was awesome.
I don't know. I think that it is. Here's the lens I'm viewing it from. I watched this in a movie theater full up with kids, and there were. I cannot express enough how much none of that registered for even a single child in the audience. Like,
yeah, the Casablanca references really landing it with the fucking 8-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. Like
They're
Mad Max
rolling
Fury
over.
Road, Rick and Morty, fucking Casablanca. Like,
Yeah.
I will say, when they
even Harry Potter is now like so far outside the knowledge of
Yeah.
like young kids. Like that entire sequence, all I heard was just like kids like talking at their moms about something else because they were bored, which leads me very much to be like, who is this for? Like, this is
No one.
not a movie for
No
adults.
one.
It's not a movie for kids. It's just like it's an advertisement. It feels like, I don't know.
Well, that's what the original Space Jam was. You know how the original
Yeah,
Space Jam started? It was
That's
an
true.
advertisement for fucking Air Jordan shoes.
Yeah.
With the Looney Tunes. They spun it off into a movie. The director of it was like one of the most prolific ad directors in, you know, the industry. And that's what it was. That's what Space Jam was. People like our age and a little bit older, they get it twisted. They think that Space Jam was some cinema masterpiece because it occupies that nostalgia part in their brain, which makes you critical about things that you liked when you were a kid. I rewatched Space Jam recently. That movie is stupid. No. It's not great, Bob.
It's
not very good. It's stupid. It has good moments. Bill Murray's in it, and he's funny. There's some good NNA bits that I really like as a big fan. But overall, it isn't good.
No.
It isn't good.
No,
the Looney Tunes depictions in this movie are much better than the Looney Tunes depictions in the first movie. And also, Lola Bunny is not just, like, weirdly horny for no reason. That was
Horny for basketball.
That was a big
for
sticking point in the first one that felt real uncomfortable and gave a lot of kids a lot of weird urges and spawned a lot of weird Twitter accounts in this year of our Lord 2021. I'll tell you that for free. Honestly.
I think that the movie was really missing its, like, Bill Murray character.
Right.
Yeah.
You needed a good Bill Murray.
They should have just brought Bill Murray back.
Yeah.
Right.
Just old
That's
ass
funny.
Bill Murray.
Sure. Fuck, why not?
It's just
That
LeBron
would've been
acting
good.
in front of nobody, like the kid from the Jungle Book.
Right.
He's not the kid from Jungle Book.
Yeah.
He was jungle booking.
Yeah.
That kid.
Really jungle booking it.
And you know what? Bill Murray is the best part of Jungle Book, so.
It's true.
Oh.
He is a jungle
Which
book.
one? Which
I'm
one?
connecting
Wait,
the
is he
pieces.
actually? That was a
Yeah.
goof.
Yeah, he's blue, remember?
No, he was in
Yeah.
he was in the John Favreau Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Like,
There
you
was
just
two, remember?
accidentally made that joke.
Right.
You just accidentally made that joke.
I just accidentally made that joke.
So I have a question for you guys. Say that it's LeBron James, all the tunes, and one contemporary actor. Who do you want in that role to be the
like
Bill
who
Murray?
has a Bill Murray?
Not even the Bill Murray, but who do you want? Max, I think you got one.
Lil Rel.
That's kind of yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Lil Rel.
The thing is
You're
that
right.
Lil Rel's
He already-
not
they
funny
did
in
do
this.
They did. He's
Yeah.
fun though.
He's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's fun. He's not funny. He's
Who
fun.
else would you realistically want in that role? Realistic.
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre.
That would be
I mean,
a
look.
slam dunk.
Fascinating.
There is
I
a
didn't
category
say, I
of
didn't say
humor
realistic.
that is weirdo commentator.
Fair.
And I know Fred Lillard has died. But like
R.I.P.
him in fucking Best in Show is
so
fucking funny.
So funny.
And
Yeah,
that just proves to me there's potential there. It can be done, you know? And
yeah.
True.
what Lil Rel's doing in this movie, to paraphrase the zeitgeist, is not it, Chief. And
Okay.
like, I just think like,
but he does kind of fulfill that like Bill Murray space.
Right.
Like that's kind
Yeah.
of what he was.
Yeah.
Also, Stephen Young was in it,
That's
and
true.
Yeah.
My plan is to become Stephen Young's second wife. So.
That was fucking.
line 'em
that was
up.
fucking. That was weird. That was like Sarah Silverman and Stephen Young were
Yeah.
in it, and just so
Yeah.
like, oh, you guys have like
Yeah.
2 lines between the two of you, and then see ya. Like what? That was
No.
strange.
And Sarah Silverman is going hard with the 2 lines that she gets. She is
She
just
is.
like
He's pumped.
she's doing
Well,
so much.
All of the actors that aren't LeBron James and LeBron James's family are really just giving it their all, which is a shame because most of the human dialogue is between LeBron James and LeBron James's family, and it looks like I don't know, it's like a PS1 cutscene. You know, it doesn't feel natural at all.
just the way they move. It's
Just
not
the way they
quite right.
move and
It's so
talk.
good.
I did like this movie an awful lot. Every time his fucking stupid son came on screen, I was like, come on, where's Bugs Bunny? Where's Tasmanian
Kinda.
Devil?
Get this
Where's
fucking
the
son out of
devil?
here.
Get this son out of here. This guy,
What
this
is
guy
that?
yeah.
What is the big red one called? What?
No,
what
I
is-
don't know.
Gossamer?
Is he,
Yeah.
is
Are
he
you
a
lying?
Is he
Yeah,
a
it's
new
Gossamer.
creation?
No.
No,
I
he's
think
an
that
oldie.
is- Is okay. All right. That's
Bugs Bunny
strange.
chases him around in like Dracula's castle or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck purist when it comes to my Looney Tunes. I really just stick to
Yeah.
those two.
No.
I would say
What is
not
it?
enough Elmer Fudd. More Elmer.
That's true.
Yeah.
No Elmer Fudd in this.
Can we talk about the fucking Austin Powers reference? That
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
fucking
What is
awesome.
this
That was
movie
great.
for?
That was awesome.
Like,
That was great.
That was pretty smart
You,
to be
you
like
know who this
little Elmer Fudd.
you know who
Which
this
is
movie's
like-
this movie is for me. People who you
Yeah,
know,
there you go.
big basketball fans, big Looney Tunes fans that can get up on all of the, and big pop culture fans
Right.
who can get every single reference. Because there
I
were,
think we've cracked the code. I think this movie is literally only for you.
fans.
for you.
honestly, I watched it and I fucking enjoyed it. I might rewatch it. I'm not joking, and skip through the bullshit parts with this family.
I'm glad
I was
that
thinking that too.
I'm glad that this isn't me this time. It feels like so
Yeah.
often I'm
Right,
the
yeah, I
one
know.
guy who's like, it's good. I like Aquaman.
Dude, I was pretty good.
Okay, to be fair, Aquaman was fucking great too.
Thank
Aquaman
you.
was awesome, too.
Aquaman rules.
Aquaman was.
No,
See,
I've
that's the thing.
seen Aquaman.
I feel like you can't. I got, and this is a common theme. I got super high. I was watching Aquaman. I was laughing hysterically, and the action was super great because Justin Lin is so good at what he does in directing, just like a fucking colorful, flashy set piece. You have Patrick Wilson saying, "I will be Ocean Master."
Ocean Master!
With every single ounce of
With the
sincerity in
eyebrows.
his body.
Yeah.
With the eyebrows, there's an octopus playing the drums. There's a giant sea war with crab people. That movie is
They
amazing.
go meet dinosaurs in the center of the earth in that movie.
I know.
They
They're
sure
French
do.
people. It's
like
so good.
That's the thing. It's like that kind of like gets back to the point of why I'm confused that people are not dunking on dunking on Space Jam. It's like, what were you expecting this movie to be?
Right.
Every
Yeah.
expectation I had for this movie was met and then some, which is why I liked it. You know?
I think
Low bar. Low
I think
bar,
the
yeah.
catalyst of this whole thing for me is that I basically never ever found it funny.
That's
think-
what it is.
I
That's
think
what
if
it
it
is.
were funny,
Mm.
I would give this movie a lot more leeway, but never did I ever find myself thinking that was a
I kid
good
you
joke.
not. The only joke that even got like that's kind of funny out of me was the one part where they go into the Matrix, and it's not any of the stupid shit that Granny is doing or the stupid slow motion. It's not that shit. It's just where
I've seen
LeBron
that too.
James comes up to say something, and they just do like this Dutch angle that's
That
like
was
up
good.
down below him. That looks exactly like a shot out of the Matrix. I thought that was like literally the only funny moment in the whole film. Nothing else was funny.
I
Laugh
Okay,
a couple
there
times.
is a little author's note at the bottom there that I don't know where to put Porky Pig rapping. I don't know what to do with
God.
it. I don't know what.
Okay,
I
here
have.
were the
That was
obviously,
cringe.
like
That
I
was-
said,
that
it
was
was a
cringe.
very subdued audience in my theater. I'm going to catalog the full extent of any audible reactions that I gathered, right? At the beginning, there's that moment where LeBron James's dumb older kid gets hit in the face with a basketball. Big
Mhm.
laugh. Big laugh
yeah.
from the kids. Kids love that.
Naturally, yeah.
Kids love when people get hit in the face.
When Michael B. Jordan showed up, big laugh from the parents. That really hit well with the adults in the room, which I give them credit for. That is kind of a good bit.
That was good. That was clever. I liked it. It was good.
And when the big jumbotron showed up and it said like hip hop halftime whatever, I heard multiple parents go, "No." Like just moan in the theater. It was
That is the proper
so
response.
horrible.
That is the proper response.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm not gonna.
my
I'm not gonna try and defend that. That shit was really bad.
I blame
was-
Hamilton.
Yeah,
I do
I
blame
do.
Hamilton.
you just posted cringe. You're gonna lose subscribers.
True.
It's going into
It's,
cringe count.
Yeah,
There are parts of this movie that feel already dated. Like dabbing is dated. It has been for the past whatever 6
The
years
fact
or whatever.
that they like barely comprehend what streaming even is and have no understanding of what an algorithm is. They
Right.
don't fucking know what that word means.
How many movies does the algorithm have to be like one person? Like one
Yeah.
that happened in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Right.
Where
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
like,
I
this
don't
is
know.
the algorithm.
I like in the modern day, I like the idea of like personifying this big villainous idea of like an algorithm because like that feels like so
Yeah.
much of what we experience in the modern world, right? Is like our lives being just like dictated by this like faceless set of computer programs that we're told are making decisions, you know? So like, I don't want to say like, let's not do algorithms anymore. I just feel like nobody has ever quite really nailed
Understood.
it in a way that I want
Yeah.
them to. I don't know.
Well, I think the issue with algorithms is that it's machine learning. It knows the what, it doesn't know the why. So all it can do is say that like, oh, this person liked this thing, so we feed them more of that thing. Da, 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 da. It's not like some nefarious thing,
Right.
but the side effects are that. So it's hard to be like, you know, I don't know. I guess you could do it where it's just like some guy, kind of like. Have you guys seen Brazil? I know you have, Jackson.
I haven't, but I know of it. I know the bit. I
Oh
know that-
shit! Has anyone here seen Brazil?
No.
Max?
No.
What? Okay. Basically,
I've seen it, but I
All
haven't
right,
seen it, but I don't remember it.
basically, it's a Terry Gilliam movie
Right.
about like sort of like a dystopian bureaucratic future, and the way to do an algorithm is just like a bureaucrat who's just like looking at things, going like this, there, da, 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 like an old timey like a telephone operator,
Right.
you know, connecting the wires with no real sense other than this goes here, that goes there. But that doesn't make for a good villain, because it's just a human personification of the algorithm process. You could
Right.
make it a good villain. Not in this movie. Don Cheadle
Right.
was fucking
They
best supporting
didn't,
actor.
but
That's best supporting actor.
Donnie.
If he can get nominated for an Emmy for whatever the bullshit he did in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he
Right,
can get
yeah.
nominated for a fucking Oscar for
I'm-
this.
I haven't seen the Emmy nominations. I did not know he got nominated.
Literally,
I
the
only
only
saw
nomination for Falcon
Yeah.
and Winter Soldier is Don Cheadle as best guest actor in a drama, which is so insane.
We love
well,
Don
that-
Cheadle in
that-
this house.
That show
No.
that show kind of sucked. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh
I
no!
didn't love it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
oh, you
wait.
can't say that to
No.
Jackson.
That was my favorite. I love that show.
Have you been keeping up with the Marvel TV shows? If so, will you rank them?
I finished Loki. I didn't finish WandaVision or
Okay.
the Falcon Black.
There it is.
Whatever the fuck.
Winter
Not
Soldier.
Falcon and the
what's it
Falcon
called?
Soldier.
Falcon Winter
Falcon
Soldier.
and
That's
the-
what it is.
Have you seen them, Max?
I got
You've
Black
been
Hawk. I
watching
got
them?
things.
Have you been watching the
thing's
Marvel
coming out. I'm
shows?
gonna get a beer.
No, I have a vendetta against Disney World. I used to work for them, and yeah, I used to work at Disney World, and it was so terrible.
So you're like $5 a month? No way.
That's,
You owe me.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I
And so
believe
have
that.
this
I've seen the documentaries.
lifelong what documentaries?
I don't know. There's like people make little mini documentaries about how poorly Disney World staff members are treated. I
Yeah,
believe
man, I used to drive safari trucks. I got a whole $1 more, and it was still bullshit.
it. Oh, but you get to go hang out with like kangaroos or whatever.
It's no fucking hot.
Didn't make up for it.
Uh,
Could eat at least like
Stop.
90 kangaroos.
I
Wow,
do
cool.
need
A
to say,
gorilla
though,
ass again.
like
I don't need to see this elephant fucking another elephant. I want to go inside. In the
Did
air
you
conditioning.
actually? Wait,
wanna
did you
go
for real
home.
see it?
I've seen every animal fuck. Sorry.
Sick. Dude, that's so cool though.
I've seen lions fuck a lot. I've seen when the rhinos fuck, you have to drive around them. This whole thing.
Yeah.
What animal fucks the
Unsafe.
most?
Lion.
Lion? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be
Yeah.
rabbit, but
They
it's
do seem
lion.
horny. They do seem like a horny animal.
You'd think
They've got
the
an
horny one would
energy.
be rhino, but it's
Oh,
lion.
nice.
At what point in this movie do we have to realize that like Ryan Coogler is no longer a real
Ryan Coogler.
director anymore?
I don't know, because he
It
is
was
like
okay.
the
So first of all, it
producer
was
of this
Malcolm
movie.
D. Lee who directed it. It wasn't.
Was it not Ryan
who directed
Coogler?
it.
No.
It was the guy who did Girls Trip directed it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Fuck yeah.
Depressing.
Also, I have to leave in like 15 minutes. Also, can we just agree that Max didn't see the movie?
Yeah.
I am skeptical
Pretty
of
obvious,
you,
right?
Ben. To be honest.
I am also skeptical of Ben.
All right.
Because
Why? Because I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
not only
that's
that,
why.
you are also quite talkative and a little bit. You seem to just like point out things that happened in the movie a lot in a way that makes me think you're just like
Okay.
trying to prove yourself.
I'm pointing out things that I liked in the movie. I saw the movie. I know the Kezia. I mean, so you know I saw it.
Yes.
Do I? I cannot speak to that.
Did you,
Yeah,
I
Ben?
cannot
I'm-
speak to the voting. Yeah, you
Do
guys
we do
can
the
defend
Among Us
yourselves
thing?
now.
Do we do the Among Us thing where it's like, fine, you can vote for me, but you're gonna lose. So we're gonna do that.
That is what I'm doing. Yeah, that is what I'm doing.
All right. Well, yeah,
is the
I
play.
said maybe we do one closing statement, and then you guys can you can vote on who you think didn't see the movie.
Okay.
All right, great. Yeah, that's
Who's going first?
Jackson. You want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I think that I am above suspicion because I was very clear about the environment in which I saw it. I was very, I feel like I have a strong grasp of the themes of the film. And I feel like I have, a unique
That's a red flag right there.
A unique perspective that only a full uninterrupted viewing could provide. Thank you and good night.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That was amazing. You can choose who goes next, I guess.
Let's just hit Adeline.
I think this is a film about nothing made for no one. And it tricks you into thinking that it's even something by being really colorful. Enough that maybe you'll think that it's something. And I think I have given it a scathing enough review to prove that I at least have some insight to what it's actually about versus just the garbage that's in the trailer.
Should we, hold on, before we go to the next one, should we have the chat vote?
It's like,
Yeah, chat. Who do you think didn't see the movie?
Oh yeah, is there a chat? Yeah, I can. Yeah.
There's a few people kicking around.
Let us know.
Fun.
We're calling on you. Who do you think didn't see the movie? Because
Calling you all out.
Max has been very quiet, but he did also. I
His
don't want to
internet's
narc on
broken.
you. You did confide in me that you were quite high before we started streaming, so that does inform.
So
What
I
else
basically.
what else is new?
So every time I try and talk, someone talks like directly, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So I'm just trying to be small.
Well, give us your CA, and we'll hear it.
The movie was like kind of like Ready Player One, in that it was just a conglomeration. I had like pictured this whole chat thing I was gonna do about this like new term about conglomerate, like auteur, right? Where like Disney's at like the top of conglomerate auteurism, right? Where like it is the movie where the directors are not directing so much as they are fulfilling a task sheet in their own flair, in the same way that a creative director would if you gave him a task. And so I think as far as conglomerate auteur films, I think it's pretty low because of the schlockiness and the what's the word, in your face about it.
Right.
That's fair. When I was watching this movie, I was like, this is literally like if Avengers was every Warner Brothers like character ever. Like they really did the whole running in scene.
And not like in any useful way.
No. Because like that's the thing. Is
they
like
sit and watch.
They sit.
Watch the game.
Like Ready Player One
sit.
has like thematic ideas built around its IP use. It's about
that's what I'm
pop
saying.
culture,
Yeah.
so there's like kind of a reason. But
I
this is
agree.
literally just like, isn't this so sick? Look, it's Batman. Did you see?
Look at Batman, guys. It's
Yeah.
fucking Batman.
It was so sick when it was.
But did you think about this? Danny DeVito's Penguin is in the front
He
row.
was.
We got a lot of
Danny
Schumacher.
DeVito mask.
Danny DeVito was the villain in the original Space Jam.
Oh, that's true.
That is
Whoa.
true.
Oh.
Think about
Double
that.
Danny.
That's all I thought about during the movie.
Have we gotten this far into the podcast and not talked about how horrid the 3D animation was?
No.
Fine.
I mean, that was one of the things that I actually kind
No,
of
it was
liked.
good. It was
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
See, I kind of
good.
liked
I
it
liked it.
because I
It
liked
was pretty good.
that. I liked that Don Cheadle was like, "You guys are cartoons. Fuck that. You guys are 3D now." And they're like, "No, we don't want to be
guess
3D."
what, bitch?
Which I thought was good. I thought that was a piece of social
They
commentary
did.
that I
That
quite
was
liked.
their like Dust Thanos snap moment where they were all
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
"Whoa."
They're like, "No, no, no."
They're like mouths and the way that they're like, it looks like Hotel Transylvania facial expressions,
hell
but like
yeah.
a little bit worse, because that's like a style. That's the stylized thing
It's
that they
Sure.
do, but it's not the Toon way of animating. It's because the way that they animated them changed when they went from 2D to 3D,
Yeah.
which I understand why that happened, but I don't think it was successful, and their faces were bad. Their mouths were weird and bad and bad.
They
It's
should have
Hotel
hands on the 3D
Transylvania-
animation.
Yeah, that's fair. Is it what studio makes Hotel Transylvania?
That's Sony.
Universal?
Sony?
Sony.
Okay. As could not place it if I tried. I was like, DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Do we have any more closing statements?
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, Ben.
Ben.
Please.
is the closing statement about why I did see the movie or what my thoughts
I
are
mean,
in summary?
both.
about the movie?
Both.
A bit of both?
all of
Okay.
the
Tie it
above.
up.
My thoughts in summary about this movie are it's Space Jam. The original one was pretty schlocky and shitty. This one
True.
is schlocky and kind of shitty, but it was still a ton of fun. There was it was just fun. I thought it captured the spirit of the Looney Tunes characters well. I appreciated all of the little basketball references. There's one scene after a dunk where a guy goes, "It's over, it's over," which is a reference to the iconic Vince Carter dunk performance where look it up if you haven't seen it, which I know that 3 out of the 5 of us have not seen it. And there's little things like that I picked up on that I got, which I think, again, like, it's a movie for me. Granny also said game blouses after they were practicing on the spaceship, which I thought was
that.
like, oh yeah, that was good.
Algorithms.
What?
Algorithms, that thing you always say. Those 2 lines.
The Al Gore rhythms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. I think some movies need to be graded on a different scale. I will not hold a Oscar bait nominee to the same standard I hold Fast and the Furious, Aquaman, or Space Jam 2, which are big, dumb, colorful, visually pleasing movies that, at least in the case of this, like, check enough boxes in my pop culture detail-obsessed brain that makes me think, makes me feel rewarded for knowing what it is. By that standard, I give this movie an A. By every other standard, I give it a C. But what's important is that, that on average, it comes out to a solid B. And that's what I'll give this movie, a solid B.
Okay.
I think he's drinking the Kool-Aid, and I don't think this is actually Ben anymore. I think
I
this is
know.
this is like a robot plan.
What did they
from
do to you
Warner
on that
Brothers.
plane?
Yeah.
What did they do to you?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers got to it.
Like, this whole time, your thesis is like, yeah, it's shitty. Like,
Yeah, you keep saying, like, the old Space Jam was shitty, as if that's, like, a defense. Like, yeah, this one's also shitty. They're both shitty. I don't like either of them.
On that point, though, I agree with him on that point.
Yeah.
I just think it's shittier for no good reason.
yeah.
Okay.
Agree
You
to
could have
disagree.
recycled the plot.
Wait.
Beat for beat.
Before we vote, though, I will say I was very underwhelmed by the amount of Space Jam like new songs. There were no
Right.
songs.
Yeah,
We didn't get "I Believe I Can Fly," which we do not know who wrote that song. Unclear to history.
We may never know.
But it's still part of the movie. We didn't get a Space Jam remix. Like, I'm just saying, I was upset. I was upset by that.
The chat seems to have definitively decided that they think that Kezia didn't see the movie. Which I have bad news to
Wait,
break.
say again.
Oh, the chat
again.
seems to have decided that Kezia didn't see the movie, which I have bad news for them. She's the one who definitively did. She's the host of this.
If somebody wasn't watching the beginning of the podcast.
I told you, I always sound like I'm lying when I'm telling the truth. Well,
I mean,
who do
we
you
played-
guys think didn't see the movie?
We have played Jackbox together enough times to know that when I am in one of those games where it's like, you the liar, I immediately am like, I don't want to be the liar because everyone is going to know immediately.
Okay. My vote goes for Ben still. I'm still suspicious of Ben.
Yeah,
Ben,
Max.
sorry, Benny.
I don't think you saw the movie.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
Benny
do
boy.
also think it's Max. I something's going on with Ben, but I do
Okay.
think Max didn't see the movie.
Okay, well, we got 2-2. It's 2-2. Chat, I guess you can break the vote. The tie, that's what it's called.
Okay, Ian
I'm
says,
very good at sports.
Ian says Max. Is that the tiebreaker?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. What's the verdict, Kezia?
Congratulations, Max
Yes.
did not.
No.
Yeah,
Yay.
obviously.
Yeah. See, I knew. I said I will fool everybody else. There's a 0% chance I will fool Ben. There's a 0% chance. There's a less than, because I knew none of the sports references.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was so obvious to
Begin.
you.
Begin.
That's what
Trailer.
begin.
Right. Right. I was like, this is stupid.
I know. I did a random. I just like put everyone's name in a wheel spinner, and I let the fates decide, and it landed on Max. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Max is the one who is like, I really don't want it to be me.
Yeah.
But you let
To
you.
be
I was gonna say you opened Murphy's Law. You invited him right in. You said, "Hey,
Yeah.
come on, sit next to me."
Come
Like
on.
that.
I think for all fairness, if it had landed on me, I probably would have watched it anyway. But
Well, there you go.
we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because it was not me.
I was
No.
this close to doing that same thing.
Yes.
Right.
I was like, I need to do
What,
something.
what if I just did?
I think
If I didn't, oh, what were
What's
you
that,
gonna say?
Keisha?
I was gonna say if I didn't know when you were like, honestly, I just think that the amalgamation of all of these characters, like, I don't think that they didn't do anything with them. So
That's right,
I was like,
Ben.
oh, that sounds right. sounds fair enough to me.
All right, yeah.
Ben knows. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing to just like blatantly, absolutely fail in front of Ben like that. Just like, and like both of us knew. Like if Ben hadn't
yeah.
watched it, it would have been so obvious.
Yeah, I know.
That it would have been like I would have been 2 minutes in, and I assure you Ben knew about
Right.
5 minutes in.
Yeah, I
Not
knew.
talking about basketball enough.
My audio was like cutting out for like the first like half of it, but like, you know, as soon as it came back, I was like, oh yeah, Max didn't see it. Max didn't see it at all.
So Max, here's the question: are you gonna watch it?
No.
Ben when he wants to, yeah.
I think
When I
I
want
liked
to watch it again,
Yeah, when you watch it again, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
we got so much other stuff on the list. We got to get through all the Fast and Furious movies and The Thing and like a whole lot of other shit. So
Shit, to get
I'm
to
gonna-
it.
And it's all just
Space
gonna
Jam,
build
the
up
next
to
legacy.
Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
once I get a couch for my new apartment, it's over for you hoes. And by that
I
I mean
have a couch.
okay,
I'm on
so
it. I'm on it.
invite me over. We'll watch The Thing.
Hey Ben, come over.
All right, yeah. Let me just go to the airport right quick, and I'll just
Yeah,
fly
no,
back
And
watch
here's
The
the
Thing.
essential problem. You've been out of town for the entire time I've lived here.
We have not
It's either
discussed.
you have a couch or you're out of town.
We have not discussed.
One or the other.
I'm going to have nightmares about beefed out, roided up CGI Don Cheadle
Yeah.
tonight,
bad.
at least for sure.
That
was
Tell
was-
you.
Why did they make it so erotic?
it's so weird.
It didn't have to be that horny.
Can I tell you?
I mean, somebody
think,
had to.
Or
It
was
was a
that just
Space
me?
Jam
I
movie.
think-
Somebody had to.
I think Adeline, you said this is a movie for no one. I'm a counterpoint. You say this is a movie made just for me. I'm a huge Lakers fan. Love Damian Lillard. Love Looney Tunes. And the thought of Don Cheadle as this like 6'8", fucking
muscular.
muscly algorithm makes me uncontrollably horny. So this
Yeah,
movie
just
was
20
made.
pounds of fuck
True.
muscle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So this movie was made just for me.
Yeah.
So which is why I liked it so much, because it was just for me.
I didn't get that reading, but
I think I agree with Ben in that it's basically made for me, which is why I was so disappointed when I got picked. I was like, God damn it. Well,
They made it for me, and I can't
it's
watch
easier
it.
to do nothing than something, so I will do nothing.
Right. I don't know if you would have enjoyed the movie, but you would have gotten on all the stuff that I picked up on and enjoyed it.
It would have been fucking funny and stupid.
Clay
That's
Thompson.
what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Like if I listen,
It was good.
if I got high with you and watched that, it would be a great time.
Of
I
course.
think this is a great
Of
high
course.
movie.
Yeah.
I think this
Would
is a
I
great
watch it
option.
alone? Absolutely not. Give me.
Yeah.
You mean like
Okay.
what the four of
Honest- I
us
think-
did?
One
Yes,
thing I do
that.
want to say, I visibly just sitting by myself in the Newark airport terminal when they did the Play It Again Sam, and it was Yosemite Sam in the Casablanca
That
sequence.
feels
I was
a little
like,
rough.
yes.
I
was
like
yes, that's fucking awesome. That's so
Given that-
stupid.
Sam from
Given the
Casablanca.
history of both Casablanca and fucking Looney Tunes,
Yeah.
like that's where we want to go with our black. That's where we want to go in our movie with a black star.
I want to see Bugs Bunny fighting the Japanese soldiers from World War II. That's what I want to see.
Let's do it. Get them back.
I'm just
American
saying, where
Bugs.
was the scene where Bugs Bunny apologized for doing blackface? Because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They
They
the
said
said
Bugs
Pepe
Bunny
Le Pew was
blackface,
too
oh
far,
God.
but that's not.
He was just trying to be
I'm in
LeBron.
America.
When
He's just trying to be LeBron.
Trying to be like
Everyone's trying to be
you.
LeBron.
All right,
when
He's trying to
Disney
be like
bought
Mike.
Fox, I always made the joke, like, my big joke for a long time after Disney bought Fox was like, oh, I think they should put the bar from Fight Club at Disneyland. Or, like, they should have a guy in, like, a Predator suit at Disneyland. Like, those were the bits I would always do. But, like, that's
yeah.
what this movie
bit.
is. Like,
Yeah.
saying, like, they should put Game of Thrones in Space Jam is like me saying they should put the
It's
bar from
so
Fight Club in
fucking
Disneyland.
asinine.
Yeah.
Well, but the funny part of that joke is that Game of Thrones is not kid friendly, obviously.
Right.
So it's like the joke being like, someone would die or get murdered or raped or incest or whatever happens in Game of Thrones. And that would be the joke.
All
It's the
the above.
juxtaposition. But when you put it in a game, it's putting Game of Thrones in the kids movie that just ruined. The joke is no longer the joke. Now it's just like,
Something kids don't
we put
understand.
a sticker on it and it's the thing that you know, instead of like actually incorporating anything about the thing that we're talking about.
Right.
We should put
Like,
Looney
it's-
Tunes in Game of Thrones next.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, it's just like stripping the parts of all of the intellectual properties to literally just be the like
Dragon.
what the appearance, like the main like logo, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, do you love Harry Potter? Do you want to see some of your favorite Harry Potter characters for us to like actually make jokes about the world and like actually show that we give a single shit about any of the things that we own? No, but we will put a Hufflepuff sticker on LeBron James. Do you like that? Do you like
Do you
that,
think
you
that's-
transphobe?
I have a
The
question.
answer is no, they don't.
Yes.
Not transphobic, but I did like that.
Yeah.
I have to leave. It was a pleasure doing this with you. I hope
Cool.
I hope Max and I can come on the show again for Norbit.
Yeah.
I want to
to
watch the movie next time.
Yes, you
Yeah.
will. We might do it
Yes.
again. I don't know if
Watch
it
the
worked out
movie
quite
next
as well.
time.
I think it was a good idea. I think pleasure to see your faces. I think Jackson, the first time I'm actually having a face to face with you. You know, we talk all
Oh,
the
yeah, it
time,
might
but it's
be.
nice to
Yeah.
no, it's all good. I think
Face to a
for the
voice.
listeners, Max and I do a show, First Play Podcast. We listen to songs on Spotify that have no listens, give them their first play, have fun at their expense. If you like the tone and tenor of our back and forth, you'll like the podcast. It's very pop culture oriented. The songs are a loose thread that keeps it all together.
You really can't talk.
At First Play Pod, yeah, it's why I'm like, hey, let's do a podcast where I talk. It's kind of my thing. I don't know if
We
you
have
know
the
this.
Pootie Tang podcast. We're just silent.
The Pootie
That's
Tang, yeah.
me only, I guess.
It's
It's
Is-
literally just
is
90
the
minutes
episode-
of dead air.
Is the episode that
So
I am your
beautiful.
guys' longest episode?
yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I hope
It's
to
good.
hold
It's
that
That makes
title.
sense.
It's
Yeah,
very
man.
good. Well, you can come on again. A pleasure, guys. I'll see you all for Space Jam 3 with Devin Booker
Yeah.
or Zion Williamson or whoever the fuck.
And
Oh
Zendaya
God.
again.
Zion
See,
Williamson's dope.
Again. Yeah, Zendaya's playing the vibe. All right. See you guys. Pleasure.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be screwed up. We're
Everything
just
is gonna be
deal with it.
screwed up. That's fine. We're just gonna live with it. We'll survive.
We're gonna roll.
What were
Uh,
you gonna say, Max? You had a question?
Oh, did they actually show like Harry Potter, or was it just like CG?
a little bit of both. They go
It was
into
weird.
they splice Wile E. Coyote into footage from Mad Max Fury Road. And
But like,
Yeah.
why?
good question.
That's
Excellent
the $1
question.
million question.
LeBron James gets sucked into the serververse, and he's at Looney
Right.
Tunes world. And the core of like my reading about it being sort of like anti-algorithm is like it's like deserted, and like Bugs Bunny's the only one left, and they're like, we're like this forgotten whatever, And Bugs Bunny's like, they've been taking all my friends and they've been like shooting them off to other IPs and they're not even acting like themselves anymore or something like that.
Cool.
So then they go around to all the other IP worlds and rescue them. And there's a bit where Wile E. Coyote's in Mad Max Fury Road and he sprays silver paint on his mouth and holds up a cartoon sign that says, "Witness me." Which is brutal. That is like so like brutally like dystopian.
That's hilarious to me. Like that's a joke that landed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
I will say that they did all of that in the Muppets movie. This is
that's
all
true.
of the beginning is the beginning of the Muppets movie.
Yeah.
So
Can we say that WB like Kingdom Hearts would be cooler than like a Disney one current day?
With like hot anime boys.
Like think about like the Star Wars.
Right. Who are like the protagonists though? Like WB doesn't have like a Mickey and Goofy. I mean, unless it's the Looney Tunes, but
again,
it's the Animaniacs.
Yeah, Animaniacs were in there. They didn't let the Animaniacs do anything.
They should have at least been able to come in. Bam, bam, bam.
You're a guy.
Do some
you're fighting with the Animaniacs.
Yeah, I like that in this movie that the goons are the actual basketball players, whereas in Space Jam 1, the goons steal the talent of like Charles Barkley.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. And then they're just like big cartoon guys. I think it's funny to see like Klay Thompson as a water monster and like the brow as like a weird.
That's because he's a Splash Brother. That's so funny.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Explain that. Made for me.
Explain that joke to me.
I know.
Okay, what do you guys explain that joke to me?
Sure. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are kind of Mario, kind of like the 1 and 2. I think Batman and Robin's a little bit inferior. It's like a little infantilizing to Klay Thompson, I suppose. But and they're called the Splash Brothers.
So he's wet fire.
So he's wet fire, baby.
Is that a wet fire? Is he a wet fire basketball
man?
His
name is Wet Fire in this movie.
He's wet and he's on fire. They do say that.
That's not a great thing to continuously say.
Right? They say it a lot. Is the thing. They say it a lot.
And they didn't.
That sounds like the name of a song you guys would listen to on First Play. Wet Fire.
Yeah. Wet Fire is absolutely a song we do on First Play.
And it's not like he has any fire powers.
No, so he bursts into flames.
Call him a Splash Brother.
Sometimes. I do think that the best part about the 3D animation, because I do not like the 3D animation. I don't like it. I do like all of the like goons animated. I think they all have really fun designs. Like the Snake Lady, love it. Spider Lady, love it. Clockman, love it. There are 2 WNBA players who I'm a bad feminist and I have no idea who the hell they are, but you know, somebody does.
Candace Parker?
I'll look it up.
Lisa Leslie?
Was
it Maya Moore? No, it couldn't be Maya Moore. Although she does have a lot of free time on her hands.
Diana Taurasi?
Taurasi, yeah, sure. Yeah, she's great.
And Nika,
she was
6'7".
Ogwumike?
She was the snake one.
She's cool.
She's the spider one. Spider woman.
All I know is she's a white lady.
Oh, Adam switched. She was the snake one. Wait, spider, snake. I'll watch. Maybe I didn't watch the movie.
I don't know.
Maybe they were right.
Maybe you just don't know what spiders or snakes are.
I don't know. Like, I don't know who any of these basketball players are, but whoever the woman was who was the snake lady was weirdly horny. That's just something I have to say.
You cut out for me. Say again.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know these players and their personal lives, but I just gotta say that snake woman was weirdly horny. She was bringing a lot of sexual energy onto the court.
You cut it at the exact same time.
Really?
Again, but
Discord
added in the sexual energy part, so maybe I don't want to know anymore.
The snake lady was really horny. The snake lady was too horny. Can you hear me?
Specifically with Lola Bunny.
Right.
Was that Why was that
What was your
happening?
Discord?
I don't know.
She would like wrap people up with her snake body and then like lick their faces. She'd be like, "Where you going, Bunny?" And Lola Bunny would be like, "Hey, this isn't appropriate. I don't referee. Can we get somebody to do something?"
And
Is
woke
it 'cause she was
Beetlejuice
trying to
is like,
eat her?
"Ref!"
Oh, just like make it so she
No.
can't score a point.
Yeah.
Is the implication like we are natural predator and prey?
No,
I mean, I
that
guess
is never
so.
That's
brought
too
up.
smart. That's too smart for this.
Too smart for the toddlers and the grandmas in the audience.
Okay, we can't do food chain bits. All right.
Well,
all
I
right.
gotta
They-
say,
Too highbrow.
It would have been if you were in the writers' room and you're like, it's a food chain bit. They would have been like, oh, that's such a good idea. That's not what we were thinking of.
You're like, oh,
Kirby.
oh, you're right.
I'm just saying. Hello. You ever heard of The Natural World?
We've
It
all seen
happens.
Zootopia.
It's true.
It's true. It's very furry heavy movie.
They very much are. For some reason, both of the women are basically furries. One of them is a tarantula. That counts as a furry. It's furry.
yeah, it is furry.
A furry spider.
Is there a name for
I'll drink
furries
to
but with
that.
bugs?
Buggies.
Do they have like their own
Scalies.
name?
One for
I don't
scales.
know if scalies count for that.
There's one
Is it
for
just
scales.
lizards?
Right.
Yeah.
You call yourself a scaly if you're into lizards, but if you're into
Or
bugs,
dragons or whatever.
is there a name?
Not all of them have a name. If you're into fish, you're a
Like-
scaly.
Gnats.
Gnats. Nasty. Nasty.
Nasty.
Nasty.
Natsties.
Nazis.
All you nasty boys.
I just have one question. Are you Natsy?
Nasty.
Yeah. My
Y'all-
name's not Baby, it's Janet. Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
I also have to leave. I have
Yeah.
to pee.
Okay,
The worst
well
I've
then-
You're
ever had.
telling us.
In that
yeah.
case,
Yeah,
let's
then we'll
wrap
be
it up.
done.
I've got. Do you guys want to hear a 5-star review of Space Jam: A New Legacy?
A 5-star? Yes.
This is
Oh,
a
we
little
gave
bit
one, didn't we?
a little bit longer than I usually do, but bear with me here. This is a
Did
5-star
Ben
review.
write it?
This
Did Ben
person-
write it?
This is by Ben, and it says,
You
"Look,
just recount everything he said.
It's shit. It's really bad. I liked it though.
So this review is from Letterboxd.com. This person says, "Look, I'm straight as a line, but LeBron James is so fucking hot. His muscles are as big as a beast. His body movements are so smooth and sexy, and that face of his is just beautiful. I mean, look at his hair. It's growing back. Not only that, but his beard is just beautiful. His face looking so happy, his eyes so full of life. Just hearing his voice gets me hard. I want him to go... I just want him to bring back that sexy headband. And let's not forget, he's also the GOAT. Want to see what I mean? Just look at him compared to Michael Jordan. He is not a skinny, anorexic-looking dude. He's strong and big, just like a train. He can grow facial hair, unlike Michael Jordan. He also helps kids and spends money on kids, unlike Michael Jordan. Gambling.
True. That's true.
I just love LeBron. I would turn gay for him in a heartbeat. He's got the money, he's got the looks, and most of all, he's got a good personality. He never got involved in scandals, and he knows how to raise a proper family. LeBron, if you're reading this right now, you're awesome. Please talk to me. I worship you every single night. Heart emoji."
Is that I think you should leave bit?
That it sounds like a fucking copy pasta.
I'm straight as a line.
Yeah, I'm.
No,
I
you're
feel
not.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
definitely
like
a
we
troll.
got. Or someone just had their sexual awakening. They found out they're not as straight as they thought they
This
were.
moment,
Hello,
yeah.
by erasure.
My type is LeBron James, is basically being straight.
But
I'm
not Michael
straight,
Jordan.
But
I'm
not
straight, but
Michael
LeBron
Jordan.
James is basically straight. I mean, think about it. How many people in the world are Michael Jordan or LeBron James sized?
It's true.
Probably,
He's very large.
You know, a few
These are
thousand.
slim pickings we're talking here.
Yeah,
maybe 50 people in the world.
50 people.
How come Shaq hasn't been in a Space Jam movie yet?
Yeah.
He's so big.
I mean, we kind of skipped a generation, it feels like. If there were
Yeah.
an in-between Space Jam
No.
movie, it would have been Shaq for sure.
It definitely would have been Shaq.
Would it have
Could've
been
at least,
Shaq
you know-
and not Kobe?
Ah,
yeah,
That's a good
oh,
point.
pour one out. Pour one out,
If
y'all.
maybe both of them, they'd
They
be
sh-
buddies.
Look at what
No
they
way,
did.
they hated each
missed
other.
out. They missed out on making a Space Jam midway through, and now we'll never get a Kobe Bryant Space Jam.
Could have been a trilogy.
And now he's dead.
He did
I
die.
went on my first helicopter
2020,
ride a
am I
couple weeks
right?
ago.
2020 killed him.
That was 2020. Oh damn.
It's
All right,
still
y'all.
2020. Don't ask any questions.
My bladder's gonna explode.
On
I'll
that
see y'all
note,
later.
Yeah. Thank you for
Bye,
thank you
everybody.
Max for being here.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties and bad audio.
Oh,
I
you're
love you
totally
all.
good. Yeah.
No, you nailed it.
All right. Do you want to plug
You
our
wanna-
stuff, Kezia? And we can
Yeah, I'll
hop out
plug
of
our
here?
We plugged them at the beginning, so we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
They
we?
did.
They plugged their
did. Oh,
stuff
yeah.
at the beginning and
We
at the
didn't
end.
plug
We're
our
good.
stuff.
Yeah, we're plugging our stuff.
Yeah. So I'll say hi everyone. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, please follow us on follow us on Twitch.
Follow us on Twitch.
Do
We
the
need
following
Where we
thing.
are right now.
We need the followers. We're trying to get up to 50.
50.
Tell
We
your
need that
friends, tell your
clout.
mom.
We are.
Make 75 fake accounts and follow us.
Do it. We encourage
Um,
this.
We encourage that.
We are clout
no
hounds.
Twitch.
Twitch though.
Yeah, freaking Twitch, dude. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel. There's a lot of fun stuff here. You can listen to this again on YouTube if that's your thing. Maybe it is. It's my thing. I don't know. You can find our any Spotify, Apple podcast listening abilities. You can listen to us there. And you can follow us on Twitter at NoNerdsPod, at HollowBackHorse, and at JepperPack. And you should follow Jackson on TikTok.
True.
If you want to talk about comics,
Comic books. Yep.
comic books, and join our Discord. Our Discord
Yes.
is really fun.
We got our Discord in our bio on Twitch because that's a good old place to hang.
It's a good place to hang.
I already kind of shot my load with the review, so I guess today it's just see you next week. Next week, Boss Baby. Next week, Boss Baby 2.
Boss Baby 2, the Squeakquel.
Are we gonna do that drinking game? Are we doing that where every time the boss baby gaslight gatekeeps or girl bosses you have to take a drink?
Maybe
we would be
we
dead.
should.
We would be dead.
Do you think we should invite Max back on as an apology?
Yeah.
Let him watch Boss Baby.
You can watch
too.
it.
Yeah.
You can watch Boss Baby 2 with us.
Yeah.
You get to.
You have the privilege of watching
You
Boss
can't watch
Baby.
it
Oh, yeah.
otherwise.
I guess I'll Venmo you $1, Adeline.
Yay! I won.
Yeah. I don't know. Ben just felt very defensive. Maybe it's just because he was the only one who liked it, but his
true.
defensive energy.
I liked the movie. I felt like I needed to just take a step back, but I did like it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It's for people. I don't know who it's for. It's for
It's
like
not for anybody, Keisha.
It's certainly not for kids. I learned that firsthand.
And it's certainly not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the thing. It like the first Space Jam was for sure like for
Kids only.
Yeah.
But
kid party
also
time.
like, did kids care about Looney Tunes back then, or did they?
I mean,
Was that like the resurgence?
back
Yeah.
then it was like reruns on TV all the time. Like that's
Yeah.
one of those things that we don't talk about
and
as
Tiny
much,
Toons.
is that like up until like the early 2000s there were a lot of like old ass TV shows that just
That's true.
continued and continued and continued to be part of mainstream culture.
The zeitgeist.
Just
Yeah.
because they were on TV. They
True.
were reruns on TV and everybody just watched TV. So you knew about Bewitched. You knew about the
Flintstones.
Flintstones.
The
Yeah, exactly.
Jetsons.
The Rocket People.
the Jetsons. Yeah.
Danny Phantom.
Who is your favorite? Who is your favorite IP cameo from the film?
Just the Joker, fucking like
There's
right
so
by
many
the court,
Jokers.
chilling.
Yeah.
There was like 3
There were
bespoke
several
Jokers.
Jokers.
They were all different iterations of the Joker. I did enjoy how much fun the extras had going to Party City and then getting
Yeah.
to just react to nothing the whole 4 hours of the movie that they're on screen.
That was what was so funny. Is like a lot of them. You're like, oh, whoa, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze, or like, oh, that's Judy
Yeah.
Jetson. And then
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them that are just like, those are some pirates.
It's like some-
pirates?
There's like an Alice in
Zombies?
Wonderland. There's like this
Yeah,
weird
what was the
fusion
Alice
between
in
Alice in
Wonderland
Wonderland
girl?
and Dorothy, kind She's got like braids,
Right.
but they're blonde, and she's wearing a blue dress and like regular shoes.
Maybe
so
that
who
was
the fuck
just something we
she?
weren't
I don't
getting.
know.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't know.
Maybe not for our generation.
They had the,
Not-
they
I
got
did
the,
love the little Animaniacs just sitting up
With
on
their-
top
yeah,
of
their
that.
feet
But
down
let
there.
them goof. Like they did the joke about Bugs like grabbing the microphone and like spectating. Like that's Yakko's whole fucking shit. Are you kidding me? Like that would have been so funny. And everybody knows who the animatronics. Everybody knows who the Animaniacs are because they just got a new show. Like they are very firmly in the zeitgeist, and they just did nothing with them.
I want to go watch
Nothing.
Animaniacs now.
It's
Animaniacs is
good.
Animaniacs
It's
is
really
so good.
funny. And
Yeah,
that's,
can you do
that's
the
combining
country song?
IP in a way that doesn't feel soulless.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Animaniacs.
That's or like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Also,
Was he there? I don't think he was there.
no, he wasn't. Who won? Who got
That was
the like?
Disney,
was
but
that
they got
Disney?
permission to have their characters.
Yeah,
I believe
'cause they
was the
have, like-
Stitch. Yeah.
Yeah, but the like rule was that Mickey Mouse had to be on as long as Bugs Bunny was on. Like they had to have
Yeah.
equal screen time. But that dueling piano scene with Daffy Duck
It's
and
so
Donald
funny.
Duck is so good.
I literally,
So
there's a
good. They
shot
should've
in
done
Who
something
Framed
like that.
Roger Rabbit where like there's that moment during that scene where like I think it's Daffy gets like slammed in the piano and then like he like emerges from it with like the big cannon, and they do this reaction shot where Eddie Valiant is just like he's gonna
he's
like,
kill him.
terrified. It is so funny.
Not his world.
Yeah.
Tunes. Tunes.
Tunes.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit might be the best movie ever.
Yeah, it's
made.
pretty much the best movie
Really
ever made.
so- really might be.
good. Oh, it's such a good movie. I want to watch it tonight now. Talk me
I know.
into it.
Let's just all get on Discord and watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit together.
Okay.
There was
Do
something
it.
I wanted to say about
Why
this.
don't you do it?
Are we
Um,
still?
Oh yeah, it's just like I don't know, like combining IP is like something you can do when
Yeah.
there's like a reason for it, you know? Like
Yeah.
we all kind of roll our eyes at Ready Player One, but it was like engaging with the themes of Ready Player One. That's a movie that's like about pop culture and about like the way that we like place artificial value on like knowing things about pop culture, you know? I think that movie's a little like not super great about the actual ideas it espouses, but like I'm not like horrified by the IP usage in it because I get what they're going for, at least, you know? And I know I already kind of said this, but this movie's literally it's just like, check it out, Harry Potter.
Yeah. Like it doesn't feel like when Bugs was all alone, which is what was supposed to be like the emotional weight for Bugs Bunny.
Right when Bugs Bunny
there's-
fucking dies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we didn't talk about Bugs Bunny
Apparently,
fucking dying.
yeah, we forgot to talk about that. But it's like it doesn't. They were like, oh, they got sent away or whatever. It didn't feel like in the Muppets movie when Kermit the Frog is all alone and he's like, everyone just gave up because the people don't care about the Muppets anymore. Like they never said that about like people don't care about Looney Tunes anymore. They don't care about little Daffy Duck. They don't care about
because
Yosemite Sam.
Bugs Bunny says the words, family is the most important thing. That's what Bugs Bunny sounds like. He
Yeah,
says family is the
true.
most important thing. You gotta fight for family and the people that you love, which is the most basic plot ever. It's a part of the I don't want to do what you want to do, Dad plot.
Fast and
It's
Furious,
essentially
baby.
continued. But it's just basic bullshit bad. But they don't actually even do that. And it's the simplest thing to do, especially when you're playing around with nostalgia. Like, that scene in The Muppets is, like, genuinely very emotional and, like, gets a response out of you. But, like, it's really only playing to your nostalgia.
Yeah.
They're like, remember the good old days? Well, they're not around anymore. Doesn't that make you sad? And it's like, yeah, it does make me sad. And I'm
Right.
sad that they're sad about it, too. And in this movie, Bugs Bunny is not sad. Nobody is sad.
No.
Everybody's just kind of pissed off. Why the fuck is Lola Bunny a fucking Amazon? Why the
That's
fuck?
so annoying. That's like the
It's
biggest
so
eye roll of
fucking
this
annoying.
movie to me.
It's like just such the corporate feminist bullshit. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my, nobody asked. It's
But
like
I'll say
it's
it
like when
again.
everybody It's like when every 13-year-old girl in like 2013 was like, "Oh my god, what if Hermione was Belle? What if we got that?" And then we
Right.
got that and it wasn't that good. It's the exact same. Like, when if we just combined all of our stupid feminist things without any effort going into it? And it's like, it's bad. It's bad.
I'll say it again though. I really sincerely think that Zendaya is the best performance in this movie. Like, I know Don
she
Cheadle.
is, yeah.
Don Cheadle's like having fun, but even he is still like very much like
not doing a
saying
good job.
saying one line at a time in a green screen nightmare, and you can tell, you know, and like Zendaya is like the only performance in this movie that just feels like somebody. I mean, I know it's a voice performance, but like it just feels like somebody giving a normal, regular performance in a movie. It doesn't feel like they're trying to do an impression of a Looney Tune to mixed degrees of success. Or like somebody who just doesn't want to be there and who is not an actor. Like Zendaya just like shows up, does her thing, kills it. Like, you know, feels like it fits the character.
She's a good
works.
voice actress.
Yeah.
She's a good voice actor. There's a reason why she's in every kid's animated movie
There's a
ever
reason
in
why
the last
she's
past
Zendaya
5
as
years.
Michi.
She's Michi for a reason. She's good.
Yeah.
Not anyone just gets to be Michi.
Every
Zendaya
Zendaya-
is Michi.
Every Zendaya is Michi for a reason.
Exactly.
Every
I
time
didn't
you
see that
Zendaya, Michi gets its wings. Anyway.
Yeah, and Lola Bunny is Michi. That's
anyway,
true.
that's the
By
end
the
of the
transitive
podcast.
property, yes, Lola Bunny is Michi.
Well, there you go. I know. De-bimboed Lola Bunny.
Which is not even accurate. She just doesn't behave as hornily. She's still got the same
she's just,
body.
She's just like not wearing a sports
know.
bra. She's wearing a regular basketball shirt.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
It does kind of feel
women
like
be feminine?
it does kind of feel like they just like make a really hard effort to just like not look at her as much as possible in this movie.
Yeah.
She's like
Except
always
we
like in
still
the
get a
background.
shot of her butt when they're transforming. They still focus on her butt for like a long moment
Yeah.
when they're transforming into 3D. So what the fuck was up with that, Warner Brothers?
I'm trying to think
It
about.
seems like Warner Brothers is trying to kink shame the furry community, and I will not stand
While
for it.
encouraging them, while and like
And
so
yet
obviously
they made the movie.
encouraging them. Yeah, furry bait,
Pick
but
a
like there's
side.
just a guy with a box at the other end. They know it's furry bait. They're trying to catch you.
What else have we not hit? CGI Nightmare Don Cheadle. The only time I actually laughed at the movie was when fucking LeBron James turned that Kronos guy into an old man right on the spot. I was like, what
Grandma
the
did
fuck?
that?
Oh, sorry, Granny.
Granny did that.
Granny turned that guy into
That
an
was
old,
her girl
old man.
boss moment.
I was astonished. I was shocked in that moment. I was like, that is so fucked up.
Yeah,
Like, that
that's
is
real fucked up.
brutal.
And he's
he
that
gets
age now.
erased at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They
is
don't
that
even
really
have a
worth
shot where he like turns himself back. He just is a decrepit old man forever now.
Forever.
They didn't have a shot where they like put all of the basketball players back.
Right,
So
yeah.
they're just- are they just monsters forever?
No, Kezia, you're misunderstanding. They're scans of the real baseball players. They're like Fortnite skins of basketball players.
But then what's the threat was that like all those people would be stuck in the internet or whatever. Wreck-It
No, all
Ralph
the
stuck
people
in
in
the internet.
the audience. All the people in the
They're
audience.
real. But
They're
the
real
monster, the goons are not real.
Yeah, using the same technology, but those ones aren't real. Don't ask any questions. Don't
Although
ask them.
I did really like the moment where like LeBron James's dumb kid is like explaining his game to Don Cheadle. And there's this moment where he says like, and I made myself a character, and like hearing him talk about a character, Don Cheadle's like, oh, like he's like, oh, a character, like this is IP, like yeah, if you got like characters in here, yeah, like gig, yeah, like it's just like a moment that I felt was like sort of cognizant. I was like, oh yeah,
I didn't catch that moment, but I agree with you.
Because the parts with just Don Cheadle and the kid were so boring, so it makes sense that you weren't paying attention.
What was up with the fucking clippy motherfucker who did nothing the whole movie?
Like
was
Jeff
annoying?
or whatever?
Right,
His
yeah.
name was
Pete.
like Phil or
Jeremy,
something.
whatever the
say
fuck
Pete?
his name was. And Pete.
Dula Lipa. Dula Peep.
Hula Peep, whatever the fuck his name was, he literally didn't even he wasn't even like, I'm gonna even use the phrase kid fan service and hope that you understand what I mean.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't even there, like, just for kids. Like, he wasn't
Right.
even Jar Jar Binks. He was just
Yeah.
literally did nothing.
just, like,
Like, he
nothing, yeah.
wasn't,
I liked that little bit when Don Cheadle was like, oh yeah, he's just gonna go help out with whatever, and then he was like, blink blark, blah 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 blah, and he was like, just like, I thought that was cute, the little
they did the same thing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They
It's
just
true.
stole
But
it.
I liked the computer language.
That's fair.
I love computer language.
I stand by what I said at the beginning, which is that LeBron James in this movie makes Don Cheadle in this movie look like Don Cheadle in any other movie.
In any other movie.
Yeah. These are
Yeah.
the facts.
These are the facts. It's true. I think I don't know, if you like Space Jam 1, you'll probably like Space Jam 2.
I don't know that you will, though. I think you
Yeah.
can't. I don't know that you can like Space Jam 2. Because
We've
I
seen
know
that you can. Ben
Well,
was
but
so
no, but-
excited.
No, but I think he likes it for the wrong reasons. Is that he says that the way that we approach Space Jam 1 is with nostalgia glasses that we
Right.
can't take off. So I think you literally can't like Space Jam 2 if you like Space Jam 1, because it is Space Jam 1 without those nostalgia glasses.
Right.
And without those nostalgia glasses, it's just like a hot garbo on a plate that Warner Brothers threw at your face as you drove by.
I think that I've been saying this for weeks now, that it is an incredible thing to be living on planet Earth at a time where there are 2 movies where the Looney Tunes cartoons play in a basketball game for high stakes that are meaningless
Yeah.
with professional basketball players. I think that's incredible.
We've done it twice.
And I think that is worth protecting.
And that's why I fight to protect your right.
I will stand by Space Jam, the next legacy, whatever.
Next legacy.
2. I stand by it. I think that it brings something to this planet
You're very
that we
brave.
have not had, that we do need.
It's not the movie that we want, but it's the movie that we need.
That we
No,
need
it's
right
I think
now.
it is the movie we deserve in a way. I think
It's
this
the
is
movie
kind
we
of
deserve.
exactly
The movie we deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Conjuring
Is-
guys.
is-
No Conjuring guys in the crowd. You
I
kind of
wonder-
wish you would see
there was
the
a
nun.
nun.
There was a nun.
There was a
It
nun.
was not
Wasn't-
the
I
nun.
was like, was that the nun?
I don't think it was.
I think
the
it
nun.
was supposed to
Maybe
be
it
the
was one
nun
of-
without
No.
actually being the nun. I think
Maybe
they were
it
trying to
was
make
just-
you think of the nun.
Maybe it was a nun from the nun.
They could have
Yeah.
put like Annabelle in there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pennywise was there. Pennywise was
was
chilling.
there. Yeah.
True.
It was so distracting. And like, even though I'm kind of contemptuous of the whole thing, like, anytime there were like any people in the background, I'm so distracted. I'm like,
I
who's in
know.
there?
I'm looking at all
You're
of
looking.
them.
You're like,
yeah.
oh, who are the different guys? Is that Fred Flintstone? Is Fred Flintstone confirmed? And like, it's just like you
Is
can't
that
focus.
King Kong or just a gorilla?
Yeah, you can't focus on what you're doing because you're like, is that guy? Is this a cowboy? Is that like a Westworld
Is that Alice in
cowboy?
Wonderland? Why the fuck is Alice in Wonderland here?
Is this
Yeah.
like a
Oh my
Westworld cowboy or a
God.
regular cowboy? Like,
What if the Westworld takeover happened during this basketball game when they all become killer robots?
wow,
Spoiler alert for Westworld season 1.
crossover, yeah.
Just like all of a sudden, it's
Crossover.
just like Dolores, just like, brah, brah, brah. And you're like, Lola Bunny,
And
no!
Rachel Wood just killed Bugs Bunny with a gun. She's disobeying her programming.
Yeah. Like, yeah, and then you just see like Anthony Hopkins in the corner going,
No, but he gets his fucking brains blown out in front of everybody.
Not this version, Jackson.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is
Spoilers
my
for Westworld.
You're
I
never
guess.
gonna watch Westworld.
But people like.
spoiler for Westworld.
Anthony
Everything
Hopkins
is
gets his
spoiled.
brains blown out in Westworld. That just happens. Deal with it.
Westworld is too scary for me. It's too scary. I
It's
love
not
the
scary.
Cowboys.
Really good, though.
I love the
It's
Cowboys.
so
It's
good.
scary though.
I got halfway through season 2 of Westworld before I was like, this series is really good, but it is so dry. Like,
Yeah.
they're long episodes and they're very dry and explainy, and I like that shit, but you can't like binge it, you know?
Yeah.
Like-
I feel like season 1 is magic in a bottle where like they don't know, but once they do know, I'm kind of like,
To me,
fair.
right. like Barry and Westworld are like polar opposite shows, right? Like Westworld is like long and quiet and contemplative, and it's not super emotional, and the way that it is emotional is very like introspectively, you know? And they're like long, and it takes you a long time to like chew on it. And Barry is like so at a 10 at all times with like the emotions it's playing with, and they're like short, action-packed half-hour episodes, 8 episodes in a season, just like blammo, just like hitting your brain with a jackhammer of like strong emotions at all times. It's like
and somehow
total
the
opposite.
acting scenes are like the most intense ones where you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, is he gonna do his monologue?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you just saw like 10 people get shot in the face.
Like, he kills like 4 people and then has to go into acting class later. And the thing you're worried about is how he's going to perform in acting class. You're like, can he handle it? He's really stressed out right now.
It's his dream.
The more I hear about Barry, the more I realize I've got no fucking clue what that show's about.
It's so fucking good. It's just like Bill Hader is a
so
hitman
good.
who's been like groomed his entire life by Stephen Root. And he's like weirdly hardened, but also very childlike. And he like
suppressed.
Yeah, and he like stumbles into an acting class, and he decides that that's his dream. He wants to be an actor. So it's him simultaneously trying to be an actor while being completely emotionally ill-equipped to be anything close to an actor.
Yeah,
And-
anything other than
like,
a hitman.
and
Yeah.
like if
also just
Tobias
trying to
Funke
get out of
was
being a hitman.
an assassin.
Yeah, it's like if
Gotcha.
Tobias Funke was an assassin.
It's great.
It's so insanely good.
That's good.
Maybe I'll rewatch Barry.
God, it rules.
God, it's good.
Barry should have been in
It's
Space
fun.
Jam. Put Barry in Space Jam.
Put Barry in Space Jam.
Barry
He
in
deserves
Space
it.
Jam. I know. Who cares about Game of Thrones? Put
I'm
Barry in
surprised.
Space Jam.
Who owns BoJack Horseman? I thought it was the same as the Rick and Morty folks. Is it different?
No, it's Netflix.
It's.
That's Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was
was like,
surprised
where's
to see
Bo?
Rick and Morty. I
Yeah,
did not see
that did
that.
catch me
I
off
was
guard.
very surprised when they turned Taz into a pickle and they turned everybody into pickles and they were like, "Do you get it?"
You
Is
know
it
what was a
the
good bit though?
jam?
I actually made a noise when what's his name like shoots the basket and then Taz spins around and flips the whole thing so it goes into the
Yeah.
opposite basket.
That was
That's
fun.
like an A+ gag.
That was
It's
a
like
good
Home
Toonie
Alone
gag.
hijinks.
Yeah.
I liked to see the hijinks for
Approved.
how they would score the points.
Yeah.
Or the baskets.
The
The
baskets.
goals.
Uh,
Are we
Amazing.
done?
I don't know. Are we
with the
done?
podcast?
Have we hit everything?
I think
Yeah.
we've hit everything.
Which characters are horny?
A
What,
lot
what the
of 'em.
CGI feels like?
Bad.
But not
IP.
Bugs Bunny.
Not
Bugs Bunny
Bugs.
wasn't horny.
No.
And
Like,
Bugs
and
Bunny
it seems
doesn't
like-
cross-dress fucking once, and I
Yeah,
am
he does. He's a
livid.
cheerleader, remember?
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
he
he
does.
Takes
cheerleads.
Gossamer's fur
It's
and he's
not
like,
long
"Ooh."
enough. He doesn't kiss anybody.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I started watching
Do with that
Naruto, and
information
there's a
what you
gay
will.
kiss in like the first 3 episodes of Naruto. I was very
Oh,
surprised by that.
Well,
They put that on Cartoon Network,
They put that shit right on
Like,
up there.
2005, and people didn't even gays didn't exist in 2005.
People do be kissing. Yeah, they weren't offended yet.
Okay, I mean, you seem like you want to be done. I don't know what else I have to say.
I don't know. I think it's about having guests that I smile about like 20% more than I usually
yeah.
do. So I am like tired of emoting.
Customer service face.
Okay.
I literally,
Watching.
that's what it is.
All right, so then
We
we'll call
need
it a
to-
day. We did the
The
plugs.
end of our-
we like ended the,
the end
podcast
of our
and
stream-
then we.
The end of our stream, like instead of the minion at the beginning, the ending should just be the outtake from Toy Story 2 of Barbie being like, "Anything, guys?"
Yeah.
Okay.
We ended the podcast and then just kept talking about the movie for like 20 minutes afterwards. So.
Yeah, so this
whatever.
has been a part of the podcast.
This
I'm
has all
fully
been
aware of
podcast,
that.
but I think we're ready to call it a day.
Now, actually,
Boss Baby 2 next week. Maybe we'll have one or both of Ben and Max back on. I'll extend an invitation as a mea culpa.
You're like, hey, sorry.
But so yeah, I don't know. I'd say mixed results. I don't know if I want to do that again.
Yeah.
I don't think it turned out as fun as we were hoping it would. But
No, I think that if I were the mole, I would have been really good at it.
okay.
I would have researched the hell out
All
of
right.
it.
All right.
But it was worth a shot.
We're the shot. We tried.
It was fun.
Had fun anyway. So that's it. I'm gonna end the stream. have a good night and Merry Christmas. And, you know,
Merry
be salty,
Christmas.
be sailors and be salty. And
to all a
Gatekeep,
good
girl
salt.
boss.
gaze keep, girl boss.
Gaze keep.
Gaze keep.
Gaze keep.
Also, there's my dog. Forgot
And
to.
there's Keisha's dog.
I'll show him at least once.
Okay, we're done. See ya.